Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage as Leeds United women are back in action, finally at home in the league, hosting Huddersfield Town women today in a game that means so much to both teams. It promises to be a fascinating battle. This Leeds are second in the table, Huddersfield are third. Both clubs have a game in hand on leaders Wythenshawe, so the winner could well be going to the top and hoping to stay there for the rest of the season. For the teams, first of all, as the pre-match handshakes are about to take place. Before the pre-match photos, the Leeds United women go with Carrie Simpson. It's then Shauna Legg, Emily Cassidy, Alice Hughes, Drew Green, Ellie White, Brittany Sanderson, Kath Smith, Amy Woodruff, Alana Millard and Darcy Green. And then the bench is Charlotte Oates, Chloe Dixon, Paige Williams, Izzy Elliott, Macy Ellis and Sian Gibril Keating. Simon Wood is the coach for Leeds United women as always. As for Huddersfield, our visitors, it's Bethan Davis, Beth Stanfield, Beth Ibbotson, Kate Mallin, Ella Duffield, Rima Lord-Mears, Rebecca Beresford, Autumn Housley, Lewis Biggins, Tamira Livingston and Eve Birtwhistle. And Glenn Preston is the coach for Huddersfield, with his bench taking shape of Casey Bolton-Woolen, Lacey Lightfoot, Jess Lightfoot, Felicity Jones, Laura Elford, Hannah Burgess, Lucy May Ullman and Brielle Keane for the visitors. So, in terms of a reverse fixture in the league, Leeds won 1-0. They then won 3-1 in the Cup, in the FA Cup. Huddersfield will be hoping it's third time lucky, but Leeds United setting the tone in recent weeks. Alana Millard speaking to the club in the build-up, suggesting how the last few performances in the league have set the tone and the standards for the second half of the season, and it is where usually Leeds have struggled in the past because the weather takes its toll, the games in hand start to build up, they're still in the cup competitions and it just has not taken shape. But today, joined by Bridie Hannon, this is a wonderful opportunity to set the standards, as Alana said, kick on and almost sort of like set a message to the rest of the league that this is a different group with a different mindset, and to have a game in hand on Wythenshawe and to still be able to go above them today for both of these teams is absolutely massive. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be back here. It seems a lifetime ago since we were back here in the commentary watching the girls play at home at Garforth. But yeah, what an opportunity today. I mean, obviously, you know, we need other results in the league to go our way today, but you know, we need to try and close that gap. But like you say, game in hand, massive opportunity for both teams. I think what we will see today, Tom, is a different Huddersfield Town to the previous teams that we've played. They've had lots of injuries, although they've done very, very well. They've had a lot of youngsters playing for them, but they've made some really, really good signings over these past couple of months. So I think it'll be a really, really tough match today. But yeah, hopefully we can grind out a result. I don't think it matters how we get the 3 points today, as long as we get them. But really strong starting lineup, big strong bench, and yeah, it's just about gaining a bit of momentum. Like you say, it's the weather takes over a little bit this time of year, but for all teams in the league. But it's been very much cup, league, cup, league, cup, league. So the girls are going to want to regain some momentum in the league for sure.
So all the preparations are over. Relaxed sort of attitude from Amy Woodruff and Brittany Sanderson. No sign of any nerves, which of course could be certainly a good thing. No, this is a game with pressure, and you'll see large patches of that pitch at Garth, of course, heavily affected by the weather. It has been, as we all know, non-stop with the recent weather, so let's hope we get a good few weeks of it. Ball for Millard to deal with, which was fired at her. And her first touch played back to Hugh. So Leeds can build and start their own attack, as Woodruff, recently back from injury, has scored in the important league win away from home against Huddersfield. Such an important goal late on. White wanted a free kick, not getting. Huddersfield fell asleep at the back, though, allowing Sanderson to come forward. She claims as a corner. That's two Leeds decisions that they haven't got in quick succession, but a lively enough first minute no sign of any team trying to get the ball down. It was all-out attack from both.
Yeah, like I say, a little bit scrappy from both teams, but I'm not sure what Huddersfield Town were doing there. They were looking at the referee to get a decision. You know, everybody knows you've got to play to the whistle. I think Prentice Anderson saw the goal in sight there, and fair play to her. But yeah, just going back to what you were saying about Amy Woodruff then, what a goal it was against Huddersfield Town. I remember being at that game thinking it's going to end 0-0 this, and just out of nowhere, Leeds were sitting quite deep, and I thought, you know, they were taking on quite a bit of pressure, but then Amy Woodruff out of nowhere just scored an absolute wonder goal. Just really knocked the wind out the sails of the Huddersfield players, who felt harshly done by.
Trying to out-muscle and out-fox Livingston, which she did well. Into Sanderson in midfield, who cushions it wide to Drew Green. Looking early to Woodruff, that ball sort of died a little bit. The Huddersfield player looking at the floor to just double-check, and something to watch out for if Leeds play any more passes into a similar area.
Yeah, they do look a little bit nervy at the back. Huddersfield Town again just kicked it into touch there needlessly.
Drew Green unable to keep the play alive, and Birtwistle gets it back. Shoulder leg takes no chances under pressure from Biggins.
Took some of the fans out at the same time there.
Might as well get him involved early. Ibbotson. Exactly, Callan at the big bobble back towards the goalkeeper Davis. Now to Cassidy, who's been rock solid for Leeds so far this season. She pops up inside towards White, who just loses out in midfield. Push in the back. It looks like it could be a free kick Leeds. In fact, no, it's gone the other way, which has surprised everybody in Leeds United colours. Will allow Huddersfield to send some bodies forward.
Looks like they're expecting a big delivery here. They seem to be sitting quite deep.
Exactly what they get, but it's headed away. Ball hits the referee. Sanderson's not happy.
Bit of confusion there.
Leg across to Cassidy, with Biggins chasing her down, trying to put her under pressure. Huddersfield have just settled down a little bit. As Darcy Green is challenged by Kate Mallin. Good feet at first from White, but that second touch just took it away. Huddersfield trying to attack, and will do so through Birtwistle and Livingston. It was the latter that lost the ball. Now it's Drew Green trying to shield it, and while she does, she gives it back to Livingston. 5 minutes in, the visitors are now starting to settle into the occasion.
I think there will be parts today, Tom, where both teams cancel each other out. Both very good footballing teams. It's like I mentioned, it is going to be a very, very close game. It's going to be scrappy in parts, but it's just who gets that decider, and hopefully it'll be Leeds. It's Alana Millard's birthday today, so the girls are wishing a happy birthday on the WhatsApp group this morning, saying you better get us a goal on your birthday. So that is what we hope that's going to happen today. Not our usual goal scorer, but we'll take it.
No pressure. Right back, getting forward, but you might as well shoot if it is your birthday. She has yet to score this season. Sanderson trying to give Woodruff something to chase, and she does so via a touch from Huddersfield. Just slips at the wrong moment. You can see the chunk of turf that come up from underneath the boot, but it's the sort of player that Amy Woodruff sort of thrives on. Last ditch on the shoulder of the defender, hoping to force an error, and then cause confusion from there, but just a little unlucky. Yeah,
I'm not sure what Autumn Hauser were doing there. They'll have done the homework, and Amy Woodruff, not that they need to do any extra homework because they already know what she's about, but as soon as it gets into that area, they need to be clearing that straight away, not messing about with fancy flicks, because Amy Woodruff will punish you today.
Fine work from Darcy Green, stepping up from left back to put the pressure on. Cassidy across to leg. Just over the head of Woodruff. Hughes unable to keep it forward for Leeds as Smith gets hold of it. Now she will try and take it into an attacking position for the Whites, but she's now checked by a Huddersfield player in close proximity, and now it's the visitors' turn to start an attack, which they will with Lord Mears. Leg will bring it out from the back. It's going to be a 50-50, which Livingston wins, puts Millard under pressure.
Yeah, number 24, Tamara Livingston. She's on loan at the moment from Manchester United. So interested to see how she's slotted into this Huddersfield Town team.
Millard's job now quicker to get back, and she does it really well. Bit of it's an accidental trip from Lord Mears through the back of it. Referee will let the player go, despite Shauna Legg's protests.
Shauna Legg protesting?
Yeah. The day ends in Y, Brady.
You've got to love her for it.
Whatever day it is, she'll do the same thing.
Kate Mallin, such an important player for this team. One who's taking the corner now, recently reached 600 appearances. I feel like she's been playing forever. An amazing achievement.
High looping ball, awkward for Simpson, who could only tip it away. And Huddersfield have missed it. It would have been a free kick anyway for Simpson, whose touch was enough, and the referee thought there was a foul in the build-up. But if Huddersfield are trying to nitpick what they've just done, they should have put the ball in the net anyway.
Yeah, very, very dangerous corner taken there. Really awkward and uncomfortable for goalkeepers, but credit to Carrie Simpson. She stood tall and made sure that she was the first one to touch it. But yeah, it was an opportunity for them. I think that's where they're dangerous, to be honest with you, at set pieces. Again, I mentioned Kate Mallin got a brilliant free kick the other day, so we've just got to try and make sure that we don't give them any cheap free kicks or corners in dangerous areas.
Livingston towards Biggins, headed away by Cassidy though, only to the edge of the box, and Darcy Green's touch was vital. Hughes back to Simpson, and will smash this clear. And I think Huddersfield have probably played the better of the football inside the first 10 minutes. Leeds haven't really got any real foot on the ball to play anything of their own, but Carrie Simpson hasn't exactly had much to do either.
No, not at all. Like I said, it's always going to be a close game today, but we've just got to make sure that we put our bodies on the line and try and take our chances at the other side as well. But Amy's going to be chomping at the bit. Obviously she's been out injured. She's going to want to get back on that score sheet and try and rack up those goals for us. Nice touch there.
And into Drew Green, just overruns it with Biggins being able to pick it up, but there's a strong challenge from Sanderson. White can't turn it forward for Leeds, but they will win a throw.
I think that was an Ethan Ampadu tackle, that.
Yeah, strong and powerful, likewise from Woodruff. Here's Hughes. Fired into the feet of Drew Green, who shows good strength. Tries to pick out the pass. The referee's going to pull the play back from the original foul. And it will be a free kick to Leeds. 11 and a half gone.
Yeah, I mean, to say she's one of the smallest players on the pitch, you know, don't underestimate the strength as well. The way that she got her body in front of the Huddersfield Town defender then was brilliant. And yeah, rightly so, referee give a free kick.
So White will stand over this. 2 in the wall for Huddersfield. Looks like Livingston and Lord Mears. Smith is waiting in case there's any knockdown from the edge of the box. There's 2 Leeds players complaining in the build-up. Sanderson goes to ground after a collision with Ibbotson. The referee is trying to calm her down while Sanderson is still down. Captain Stanfield is being told to come over to explain the situation. And there's a big talking to, considering it's on the edge of the box. I'm not sure whether it's a succession of incidents.
I was going to say, normally in those situations it's 6 of one and a half dozen of the other, isn't it? But the fact that he's literally pulled the Huddersfield Town player and give her a talking to, he obviously saw something.
White's delivery too close to the keeper. And an easy enough catch for Davis. Right area, Bridie, but just too much on it. If they had less power, Leeds were, you know, hoping to get to that. But once you hit it with so much venom, it's you're hoping for a keeper to spill it. Yeah,
I think obviously we know with Ellie White she can kick with both a right or a left, and she opted for a left then, which, you know, you could argue, you know, was the right option, but just like you say, too close to the goalkeeper. It was a bit too easy, but you know, and all the players are stood there waiting for a good delivery, which we know she can do. It's disappointing that it goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
Chasing down is White, who was encouraged by the crowd to keep pushing forward. Ibbotson didn't expect that clearance out from the back from Davis, but when Huddersfield try and clear, leg stops it. Aerial duel which Sanderson wins well.
Fantastic header.
And that will be a third. It's a bit scrappy now, but
I like it.
Yeah, well, I think the issue is the weather will make it scrappy. The pitch in parts is so difficult to play on. This is second versus third. You expect them to cancel each other out. One shouldn't dominate the other, naturally.
No. Exactly. They'll both get opportunities today. It just depends on who takes them.
Cassidy clears into Smith.
I think the referee was in the way then. It looked like Cass Smith wanted to go out to a left to Alice Hughes. Alice Hughes were throwing her arms up to the ref as if to say, what are you doing there?
Back to Simpson. Simpson will clear downfield up to Woodruff. Drew Green was running in behind just in case it broke for her. Millard can't keep it in play. 15 gone. Nobody really now on top. Huddersfield, I thought, had a good 5 or 6 minutes, but since then Leeds have just started to win a few more second balls. This is only Emmy Woodruff's 8th appearance this season. She did get injured, didn't she, on home soil a few months ago, and just to have her back when you need those run of successive games to get a goal scorer, as Cass Smith gets tangled in her own feet. That'll be a free kick Huddersfield.
Yeah, clever play by Tamara Livingston. She saw the opportunity to sandwich herself between two Leeds players and win that free kick.
There's not much in it, in fairness. I think she's gone to ground easily, but she's clever because the referee's blindsided from it.
Yeah, I think, you know, we just need to have a bit more awareness there. She wasn't really going anywhere. There were loads of Leeds players. She was never going to get past all of them. Got to make sure we're organised and defend this.
Malin's ball in. Awkward for Millard, who clears. Had to get ahead to it. Letting it go past could have made the situation a lot worse. So corner kick it will be. Malin's corner taken short toward Lord Mears, which is floating double deflection. That could have gone anywhere off Hughes. Leeds are lucky. For how long, we'll soon find out as Lord Mears swings another ball. And what a dangerous ball that is into Livingston. Huddersfield knocking on the door on 2 occasions.
Yeah, I think that was a big opportunity. Great little dink into the box there. That could have gone anywhere, like you say. It just always seemed to end up at Huddersfield Town feet, and to be fair, that was a great chance. She should have scored. Either right or left to carry, that would have gone in the back of the net. So yeah, big let off for Leeds, and like I said a few minutes ago, we need to not be giving cheap free kicks and corners away, because at some point today I fear that they might punish us.
Darcy Green to Hughes. Hughes always struggling to get hold of that. Huddersfield picked the pocket as a result, as they just keep it in play with Birtwistle to part of that defence, and White will go and pressurise Davis.
Yeah, I was just about to say the pressing looks really, really good today. If you look at when Huddersfield's got the ball, there's never a white shirt that far away.
Hughes to Smith, rolls it to Darcy Green, who will, as always, provide plenty of energy from left back. Runs into traffic. Only really one option for her down the line, so gets caught out as Sanderson nips in. Takes it away from a Huddersfield defender, still going. Quick glance to her left to pick out White, who can't get an original crossing. We'll now try and fight to keep it alive for Leeds.
And again, it's that press, it's forcing Huddersfield Town to go back, and then where we can, where there's an opportunity, nick the ball and then catch them kind of on the counter almost. So yeah, really well done.
Darcy Green to Woodruff. Knocked off the ball as Malin clears.
Just need to try and get a little bit of possession, don't we? Just have a few passes. It seems that we do a couple, and then, you know, like I mentioned with us pressing, they're doing the same, and each team are winning the ball back fairly quickly.
Yeah, Millard took a risk into a bit of traffic. Leeds may get something out of it, but they won't, as White's pass to Darcy Green is intercepted. Under pressure was Beresford trying to keep it in play. Leg to Cassidy, to a bit of empty space with no Leeds player in close enough proximity. Hughes will try and fight and win the ball back. Millard does. It's a bit of a scooped pass away. It'll be tough to keep in, and it won't be kept in, but Leeds keep Huddersfield at bay for now. Nearly halfway through this first half of what has been a tough encounter on the eye for the football that both of these teams have played in previous matches. We might have to get used to that in the next few weeks until this playing surface improves. Housley goes back to goalkeeper Davis. There's no press this time for Leeds due to the fact that that ball went out of play so further down the pitch than any player was ready to go and press. So it'll be Woodruff's turn to go and put pressure on Housley now. There's no urgency from Leeds to go and put the pressure on the keeper, but again, everyone's got a marking assignment. Brady, everyone seems to be on the same page defensively. No need to rush, because if you do push out, then there's a gap behind you. So all very organised at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. I think both teams are obviously going to want to stay in the game as long as possible, but make no mistakes, both of these teams are going to want to win today.
Ball in behind Malin. Cassidy steps up and will carry this ball forward. Again, as Brady mentioned a few minutes ago, just that defending is good, but when they try and put a pass together, it's the next one that always goes away from a fellow white shirt.
Seems to be the same for both teams, though, doesn't it, Tom? Yeah. Neither team can really find the passing rhythm. Good distance on the kick from Beth Stanfield there.
Yeah, it was. Millard.
Sorry, Davis.
Millard's been put under pressure, but Livingston can't keep it in, so it'll be a throw into Leeds United.
Yeah, it's a clever area to kick from a goalkeeper's point of view, isn't it? Just get the team facing their own goal. Just allow your own team just to push up and put that bit of pressure on.
Woodruff, Millard plays it forward. Woodruff not being up front means that there's nobody there for Leeds to hold the ball up. Livingston wants the 1-2 with Lord Mays, and will eventually get to it. She's quick, but Millard is strong and defends that really well. Hasn't got the size, but she's got the heart to keep up, and just really basic but thorough defending that.
Yeah, I think when you look at that, it's who wants that ball more. And unfortunately, from our perspective, it was Alana Millard. But yeah, I think fairly poor from Livingston there. I think you're in a good position. Use your strength, use your body, try and keep the ball in. Keep it alive for your team.
Drew Green chasing after this, will have the speed to get there, but needs a bit of help. Ibbetson's trying to push her wide, and Drew Green will hope to bare minimum get it in the box, which she does, and White takes a swing at it. Very tough to not have a dig there, Bridie. She's barely had a sniff at goal. You never know when you got that angle, and she had the beat of the defender, so once she takes it down, immediately closed down.
We've seen her score some wonderful goals, haven't we? So I think Drew Green's first touch took her a little bit wide, but you know, she's up against a really good defender in Beth Ibbetson. She knew exactly what she was doing there. She did really well to dig out a little cross, but I think from there it was quite an audacious effort to try and score from that kind of angle.
Good header from Shauna Legg, but too powerful for Leeds to keep in play. I think she's just made herself a little dizzy there. Shauna Legg, referee is just checking that she's good. And we are all good to continue. All very scrappy there. Cass Smith went for the aggressive route, but it's got the feeling of a derby in terms of nobody giving an inch, but there isn't exactly. Been a couple of 50-50 tackles, but there has been a real, like you said, I think emphasis on both teams just not getting into any mistakes. Like, could Cass Smith have brought that down? Maybe.
Yeah. I think there's a certain part of the pitch which probably doesn't allow pretty football.
I was going to say, is the pitch, are they both doing the same thing because of the time of year they're playing each other? Quite possibly.
Yeah, but I don't think we've seen either team really try and play football either, so I think at some point someone's got to get the ball down and try and play.
Darcy Green will do that, and Cass Smith gives her that assurance that she can go back to Cassidy. It is the beauty of that Garforth pitch as well. There's areas where you think it's never going to run through it, and it does. It deceivingly looks like it's unplayable in parts, but travels still very well. We'll need to get a throw in.
Not sure if Huddersfield Town there were claiming for offside or a free kick or what, but again, they're just looking at the referee and the liner and not really looking at the ball.
Darcy Green to Woodruff. Good control. White takes it further. It'd be hard for White to deliver the ball in here. She's always on an awkward angle, but she wins a throw-in. Never looked fully settled, did she? Because she's been forced wide, but good tenacious play there from the Leeds midfielder.
Yeah, she did really well to win something there. You know, in those situations, we've seen it before, haven't we? You're not going anywhere. The defender gets the ball, long ball forward, and then before you know it, you know, you could either be 1-0 down or facing a chance. But, you know, to win your team a free kick in the right area, I'll take that all day long.
Sanderson to Woodruff, who just flicks it towards Drew Green, but of course, just personnel-wise, that's where Woodruff would have been stood had she not had the first header. Work from Smith, strong in the tackle.
Brilliant.
And again, and that is what she brings to this team. There is a never say die attitude about a lot of them this year, and that togetherness.
You can hear the fans, can't you? As
Yeah.
soon as you put in a challenge like that, it really does get the fans behind you, and that's what we need at Garforth Town. That stand will be absolutely full today, and we need to hear the fans and get the girls going.
Yeah, in all the years we've covered this team, there's never once that Cass Smith has looked at a 50-50 and thought that that ball was never going to be hers.
I do think Huddersfield Town do look a little bit shaky from the back. It seems to be that they're struggling to clear the lines again, whether it's the pitch or not, I'm not so sure, but it seems every time they kind of clear it, it ends up at Leeds United players' feet. It's risky from Ellie White.
That was looking for Hughes. Huddersfield trying to go through the Heartlight defence, and Darcy Green covers to allow it to get back to Carrie Simpson.
Bit of a sigh of relief then. I felt stressed for a moment. Come on, Carrie, big kick up the pitch.
But do you not think that that's how the game sort of feels, isn't it? We said at the start, this is the winner. If somebody wins this, they go top. With, you know, in the game in hand and going forward, it's got that feeling of how much it means to both teams. I think you made a really good point. It might well be that whoever gets the one chance and takes it, that's it.
Yeah, I can't say there have been a lot of goals in this game by any stretch. I think it's just going to be really, really tight. I mean, you've seen it all over the pitch. It's pretty tight. I don't think either teams are going to dominate in any particular areas.
Woodruff to Sanderson, who will make it really awkward to Drew Green. And it is those areas for Leeds where just can't seem to get any rhythm whatsoever.
I think obviously we're missing the quality of Chloe Dixon today as well, who recently picked up a knock. I think she had a fitness test before the game, and the fact that she's on the bench suggests that it didn't go as hoped.
Millard to Smith, good feet from Cass Smith, and again from Drew Green. Best bit of play from Leeds, really, in close areas. Drew Green gets the head down, and that's a strong diving challenge, that from Autumn Housley.
Yeah, it was.
For a second, you looked like you could have been two-footed, but she managed to check her the left trailing leg at the right time.
Yeah, I feared for Drew Green's legs at that point, but fair play, it was a well-timed challenge.
Millard to Smith. Smith gets intercepted, and now Hughes is coming to try and race back to get past Lord Mears, but Hughes' long legs get there. Smith dives in as well. It's up to Biggins. Lord Mears tries to switch the play. You can see the quality that she brings to this team. There's a real eye for a pass as she tries to open up the play. Woodruff fighting forward for Leeds. White, good feet from her, gets it on the attack. Now can she pick out Drew Green? She can. Her touch is heavy, and it's going to be too heavy. And again, last couple of moments towards Drew Green have summed up this game. There's maybe though an emphasis of Leeds have just started to win the ball back a little higher.
Yeah, they have. They look hungry for it, don't they? You know, Amy, Woodruff, Ellie White doing really well. Really good feet from Ellie White again there. It was just unfortunate that Drew Green just couldn't quite get hold of it. But again, you know, we're having spells of possession here and there, but not really accounting to anything.
Smith is fouled by Mallard, just pulled to the floor.
Lost a boot in the process, so she might have a soggy sock now.
And that's quite something for the boot to fly that far. It's going to give the coaching staff a chance though to give a few instructions out.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of just keep plugging away, keep winning your individual battles. If you lose it, you win it back. If your teammate loses it, you get behind the ball. You know, just all the basics of football in order to not lose a match. I think fully expecting Wythenshawe, who were top of the league, to get a result against York City today. So in terms of league standings, it might not change much today. But like what you keep on saying about the game in hand, so important.
Yeah, what do you say? Of course, if results do not go their way, there's a winner here that will change everything again. But still a long time to go in this season with those games in hand. A couple of months' time, the table will be competitive, and Stockport won't feel that they're out of it. The only issue with Stockport's situation is they've played 2 games more than most teams, and they are on 25 points compared to Leeds' 27. Cheadle Town are not that far behind. They're only 4 points off the top, and they also have a game in hand. As here's Woodruff back to Darcy Green. Tries to run her way through into a close position, and again just runs us out of wriggle room, and it is out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Cheadle have lost a few players this year. Obviously, they were the team to beat more or less last year, weren't they? But I think the manager's left, and a few of the players have left as well. So I think, you know, you're talking between Wythenshawe and Huddersfield, who are your 2 major teams that you're up against. Don't forget, Huddersfield did get deducted a couple of points as well due to fielding an unregistered player, I believe. That obviously will go in Leeds United's favour come the end of the season, I'm sure.
Smith, as well as Drew Green, her and Millard both thought they were going for the same ball. Both stopped their runs, allowing Huddersfield to mop up as Legg. Bit of quality down the line to Millard, who just can't keep it in. And it has been the same story now. 3 passes out wide. Potential is there, just can't seem to execute.
Yeah, I think she was kind of like looking over her shoulder left and right then. I don't think she really knew where the ball had gone, but again, another opportunity. It's these small margins, isn't it? Another good header by Shauna Legg. She's going to have headache after today, I'm sure.
Just over Woodruff's head and out towards Ibbotson, who will just send it down the line towards teammate Livingston. And again, this scrappy nature of this game continues. 10 minutes to go until half-time, and so hard to judge where it's going to go before the interval.
I was just going to say, Tom, if it's 0-0 at half-time, you can understand that, can't you? Because I don't think either team have really deserved to be in the lead at this point. It's very, very even. I think a lot of the games in this league are pretty even. I think on the day, anybody can beat anybody. But I mean, you're talking about a team who obviously dropped down from Tier 3 last year. They've recruited well. Obviously, they've had injuries, but they've recruited really well. I think the second half of the season, you know, their manager Glenn Preston said the other day the second half of the season is going to be our strongest. So, you know, I think they're confident in what they can achieve this season.
Throw-in they'll have here from a Hughes heavy pass. So Beth Stanfield will take the throw-in. The captain comes forward for it and fires it into the feet of Biggins. Now a dangerous ball in, not too far past that far post.
Whew, I was going to say Carrie looked like she had that covered, but from this angle I weren't as confident.
Ibbotson flicks it inside to Housley. Woodruff wins it back. Here's White. Now plays in Woodruff. Big chance this for Leeds. Woodruff turns Housley, who slips. Woodruff's footing isn't exactly ideal either. She's been pushed wide by Stanfield. And the referee will pull this back. There's a lot of confusion here. I don't think that was contact. So I'll be honest, I thought she slipped. But
yeah, I did.
Shona Legg's pointing to the penalty spot. Alice Hughes is pointing. So they've got a better angle than us. I mean, you know, did she have the kick down the inside of the ankle? Shona Legg is perplexed of why they've not got... I suppose she keeps pointing towards the penalty spot. So.
Yeah, I don't think it was anywhere near the penalty spot, to be fair.
Yeah. Unless there's something, the player taken out in back play, that's why they've done it, because there is nothing on Amy Woodruff for me there. But we take it, it's a set piece for Leeds.
Yeah, it is another great opportunity. I think it was the captain, actually, Beth Stanfield, with just a bit too relaxed.
You've seen it there. I can see the point of that. Amy Woodruff stumbles because Housley's knee, but I think House is running backwards alongside her, and it's just they've just clashed legs. I don't think there's an actual intentional leg across Amy Woodruff, but
and the fact that he's giving her a card would suggest that he believes it's intentional.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's to get out of this league, you need some luck and some fortune, and we're as biased as they come. So we take this. We don't moan about it. But
well, yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I probably would have, if Amy hadn't stumbled, then I would have put money on her putting that in the back of the net, or at least getting it on target. But look, we've seen Ellie White deliver some wonderful crosses and shoot from distance this season, so let's hope this ends up where we want it to. But yeah, again, poor defending from Huddersfield in terms of giving them Leeds the ball in the first place. But credit to Amy Woodruff, she's not giving them a sniff when they're in possession at the back.
White isn't happy just exactly where the ball is, so she's repositioned it. Can be very important to players, that. Let's see what she's got up her sleeve. A quick glance at goal. She's going to go for it. And I think the goalkeeper might have just waved at that ball as it sailed over the crossbar. 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think she got the power there, just not the accuracy. I think it did actually dip, but too late, unfortunately. It's like, how many of those are you going to get this game? So you need to try and get something out of it. If you're not going to hit it on target, make the keeper make a save or something. Feed off any scraps you can.
Davis clears. Darcy Green left that, but could have worked into Huddersfield's favour as Cassidy goes back to Simpson. Just about kept in for Leeds, but Huddersfield again are ready to pounce. Lord Mears turned it sideways towards Biggins. Leeds recover defensively.
Good work, Darcy Green. Then just keep in possession. Little 1-2 with Emily Cassidy. Just working the way from back to front.
Good tackle, Cass Smith again.
Yeah, it's needed.
Yeah, it's just been one of those games, hasn't it? They've not given each other anything really. Leeds have had a few more opportunities to the middle with Woodruff, but at the last second, Huddersfield have then switched on defensively and closed that down.
It's so important in these last few minutes just to keep everything really tight, nothing silly, and try and keep it in their half. There's nothing worse than conceding just before half-time. It completely can change the whole half-time team talk and how you feel going in at the break.
Cassidy. White will chase it down. It's in an awkward space, this for Huddersfield, which they will eventually clear with Housley. Sanderson underneath it. Good header from her, and now she plays it forward. Drew Green may fall for White. White will have a go. Ends up controlling it, so it's still an opportunity this for Leeds. Forced very wide by a touch and keeps it in play. Huddersfield can clear, only as far as Cass Smith. To Woodruff, back to Hughes, but the pass was in between her and Millard. Huddersfield can't capitalise.
Yeah.
Sun just starting to come out, which...
Yeah, it was an important touch by Millard there. She just did well just to get a body goal side. Just play it back.
Good tackle from Drew Green. Again, these players are up for the fight. It's just not working for them in that final third. White was looking to get on the end of that Kath Smith tackle, but she couldn't play it forward, and that Huddersfield player's gone down in the challenge with Smith. So the referee, for now, lets the play go. She's felt the full effect of that tackle, and there's a lot of players in the fourth tier of women's football that has come on the end of a Kath Smith tackle and come off second best. That was a cruncher, but the ball was won, so it's play on.
Yeah, she had a really good half, Kath. I think she's broken up play where we've needed her to. She's driven forward when we've needed her to, and she's put in those strong tackles exactly when we've needed her to, numerous times today. I think she hurt herself a little bit in the process, but managed to jog it off. But like you say, the Huddersfield Town player definitely felt that. Lord Mears, be a sore one that. What do we say? Welcome to Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's an element, isn't it, that everyone wants to watch beautiful football, but when conditions and game dynamics don't allow it, just don't let the opposition score. Don't lose is the worst. You know, is the bare minimum, isn't it, today with what's riding on this game. There's not a single player out there that hasn't fought for everything. And again, I think you can see them having a word with each other, trying to dissect what they can improve in possession. And the half-time team talk should help them do that as well. Yeah,
definitely. I don't think we'll see any changes, you know, for a while. I think it'll be relatively late in the second half, but we've got fresh legs. But I think everybody hopefully is still okay on the pitch, and hopefully we don't pick up any other knocks.
Hughes to Darcy Green. Here's leg. Lets it roll to give herself a split second more time. Drew Green turns it forward to Woodruff, just over hit. Housley clears, but it isn't the most convincing. That's going to allow Darcy Green to race onto the ball. Out to White, who puts it into an dangerous area. Ibbotson to the edge of the box, picked up by Sanderson. Only Woodruff nearby, just trying to scoop it forward again. Just no room to breathe as Lord Mears clears, but only out for a throw, and she's panicked in possession there.
Yeah, and I don't mind that from Millie White. You're putting it in an area, you're making them defend. And like what we've seen a couple of times today when they've cleared it, whether it be the head or the foot or the knee or whatever, it generally ends up at a Leeds player's foot, and that's what it did. And it's going to create us opportunities if we're just playing in the right areas. It doesn't always have to be pretty. It doesn't always have to go to a, you know, Leeds United player's feet. I mean, yes, that'd be great, but if you just get it in the areas, you know, we'll take a goal out of anything today. The Huddersfield Town forwards must be really frustrating because every time they get the ball, the Leeds players are just surrounding them.
And Millard didn't look like she fully wanted that ball in that area. Livingston knocks it off her legs for a throw, and Drew Green just tried to give her some encouragement. There's been a lot of good support play out there today for each other when there's mistakes or there's good play. Everyone's trying to build off that. You can see that camaraderie every week they play. Millard trying to play it to Drew Green. And again, there's a desire to play football there. Darcy Green's header away. White trying to compete against her opposite number in Duffield. You know, in possession is Beresford. Sanderson with a late challenge on her. So Stanfield looks to try and take a quick free kick. Did wonder if Huddersfield was going to try and load the box there, considering the time on the clock. Good work again from White. And there is half-time. Incredibly scrappy game. A derby game that means so much to both teams. Nothing in it at the interval. It is goalless at the Bannister Prentice Stadium. Join us soon for second half commentary.
Thank you. It's 215. Thank you for your support.
Good afternoon then, and welcome back to the second half of proceedings, with this game locked at 0-0 after a very tense first half. This is second versus third. Leeds United have the upper hand in the table by a point. Both teams have a game in hand on Wythenshawe, who are leading the league, but there is not anything to split the two teams. At the break, Laura Elford, who's got 3 and 4, came on for Huddersfield. And Leeds go with Simpson, Legg, Cassidy, Hughes, Drew Green, White, Sanderson, Smith, Woodruff, Millard and Darcy Green. As Huddersfield clear the ball the wrong way and play it out of play. Myself, Tom Hill and Bridie Hannon are covering today's game. And it wasn't one on the eye, Bridie, that you would watch again for pure football. You would want to see it again for passion and heart from Leeds and effort levels. There isn't anything to split these two teams. It could be a mistake that does it, or a moment of brilliance. It's just got that feeling today, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we hope it will be a moment of brilliance for somebody in white today. But yeah, I mean, I called it at the beginning of the game. I knew it was going to be tight. I mean, I know league positions tells you one thing, but just knowing what we know about the teams tells you another.
Well, a chance here for Sanderson, who overplays it, looking for Drew Green, who will stand on the ball. And again, it's those fine margins. She's tried to return it back. It had gone out of play. And just every time Leeds have an opportunity, just, you know, it is going to take maybe a fraction of a mistake for Leeds to pounce upon. If that pass is better weighted, there's a shooting opportunity. And I do wonder if maybe she could see that again. Could she have had a shot?
Yeah, possibly. She looked like she was in. That's why I stopped talking, because I thought, oh, she's going to go for a shot here. But I think, you know, just from like an awareness piece, I think, you know, we've let the ball kind of run out of play there and almost not realise that the line's there. I think Ellie White did it in the first half, just ran out of space. I think when you're in that kind of final third position, it's like everything matters, everything counts. Anything you can do to keep the ball on the pitch, win a throw-in, win a free kick, you know, just something for your team rather than just, you know, kind of handing it back to the opposition.
Yeah, it's White that's been caught here, by the way. She was caught by the back leg. As the Huddersfield players cleared the ball, it's the trailing leg that she sort of stamped down on Ellie White, who instantly was writhing around in pain, and she's in some discomfort, and the spray may take some of the edge off it, but she can tell the pain that she's in. That is going to hurt. And straight away she turned. You can see it here. So she gets to the ball first, but it's the second follow through that lands on that shin, and that is going to be one tomorrow morning when she wakes up, where it will all come flooding back to her. Yeah,
like you say, it's that left shin then, really painful one. There's only so much that free sprays is going to do. I mean, it's very rare that Ellie White will stay on the deck, so you can tell she must be in quite a bit of pain. Let's hope she'll be okay to continue, but you know, if not, we've got some subs that I'm sure are raring to go.
I'd have just asked for the full can to be emptied.
I think she's more or less used the full can, hasn't she?
So she's in some pain. You can just see the discomfort. I was trying to reapply the sock up the leg, to be honest, but there's a slight smile on her face. Let's hope she can put some weight on it and run across the pitch for that fact that they've had the physio on.
It was more or less a full weight that went on that shin as well, wasn't it? I mean, that could have really caused some damage. She'll be lucky if she's let off with just a bruise and a bit of a scrape there.
Yeah, the main thing is she's up on her feet and can put weight on that leg, and it is going to be Huddersfield that can get the game back underway.
She's a player that we want to keep fit as well.
Yeah, it was Kate Mallin that came off, by the way, for Huddersfield.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because Kate Mallin is their set-piece specialist, but Laura Elford is a really strong attacking player. Played against her a few times and she is a handful.
Livingston. Awkward ball in. Kay Simpson. Body language suggested that she knew that was under control straight away. I'm glad she did.
She's got a way of just kind of making things look, let's say, easy, but not necessarily easy on the eye for us, Tom. When you look at that first half, Carrie Simpson was fairly quiet. I think most of the touches she had was ball at the feet, you know, pass back from Emily Cassidy or Shauna Legg. Didn't have that much to do. She'll be hoping for a similar half, I'm sure.
Woodruff aiming to find White, but too much spin on the pass. Biggins plays it into midfield this time for Duffield. Wide to Livingston, whose poor touch will make it very difficult for her. She keeps it in, but only for Millard.
Sometimes it's one of those, isn't it? We've seen it a couple of times today where players have tried to keep the ball in play and then it's ended up going against them and the opposite side getting the possession.
Out to Smith. That will be a throw. Sanderson applying the pressure. Drew Green has been caught late. That ball Leeds are claiming was a touch, but nothing in it. And again, scrappy nature of the game continues.
Yeah, I think good defending by Beth Ibbotson. She knew she wasn't going anywhere. Used her body well. And she had no choice but to kind of kick the ball down the line or it'd end up being a throw-in.
So the Leeds player in real discomfort. I hope she doesn't want any numbing spray.
Nice to see Darcy checking in on her sister there. Been busy the last few minutes. Leah, the physio. She'll be thinking, just let me sit down now for the rest of the game. No more injuries, please. And that's the thing at this stage in the season. It's you want to keep all your players fit and that competition high still.
Millard to Woodruff. Good play from Woodruff, just overruns Sanderson, but again the idea was right. It was clever play. The ball, as we always say in that far corner of this pitch, will always run, and if you don't put enough finesse on it, it will be out for a goal kick, as it is there.
Always seems to be that right hand side, doesn't it? We've not really had any clear-cut chances, and this is what I say about this team. Most weeks when we commentate, we do tend to create a lot of chances, but Huddersfield are just nullifying that for us at the moment.
His leg. She gets caught, so the Leeds player in the walls, but she's back on her feet relatively quickly.
You've got to love Shauna Legg. She doesn't have to put her body about every single game. You know, she will get whatever part of her body she can on blocks, and a lot of the time she wins her aerial duels and she plays it long when she needs to. Such an influential player for this team.
Overhit by Simpson, and again this second half has really not got going You mentioned it earlier. I thought it was a really good point earlier about how subs may not be coming for a while, because there's that sometimes factor of, do you keep everyone out there that's keeping this game so tight and so compact? If you bring on a sub, does it go wrong? Or, of course, an optimist would say a sub could change the game.
Yes, well, I was just thinking about the Daniel Farker substitution from yesterday when he put Nemecha on, and you know, I think it was Adam Pope afterwards that says, you know, was that a brave decision to, you know, keep your other striker on and put another one on? But, you know, sometimes you do need fresh legs just to mix it up a bit, different options.
Here's Drew Green, turns inside, goes to Woodruff, further away from goal, but she'll aim for the far post, gets blocked. Still work to do, needs a bit of help here, Emma Woodruff. She'll try and bulldoze her way through. Low ball needed, keeper just about gets there. Best chance of the match for Leeds. 56 minutes in, it'll be a corner.
Yeah, really good work by Amy Woodruff there. I thought that ball was going to creep into the bottom corner, and, you know, yeah, it would have been a scrappy goal, but like what we said, we don't care how they go in. She did really well there, just nutmegged the keeper. I think it took a couple of deflections. Really unlucky then.
So Ellie White to take the corner. Lots of movement. Ice Hughes is normally one of the main targets, and she set off a bit early there. She was a bit further back. Whether she makes another run away from the 6-yard box before returning. Floating ball in towards Woodruff. It'll fall for leg. Little chest pass forward. There's a Huddersfield touch, and that hasn't been given as a corner kick, much to the surprise of Brittany Sanderson.
Yeah, I thought that was a corner kick. I know it's sometimes quite difficult to see when there's lots of bodies. I think we won first contact, second contact, and it looks like Drew Green just kicked it off. I think the fact that the Huddersfield Town player looks like she's in a little bit of pain also suggests that the ball came off her last, so it looks like a decision that didn't go our way. But we can't sulk, we've got to get back into position and make sure the next corner, you know, we find the back of the net. Like I say, Alice Hughes has scored a fair few from set pieces this season.
Millard, Hughes.
Yeah, I saw what she was doing there, but just teammates just not quite on the same page there.
Davis will have to take her time with possession here for Huddersfield. Biggins with the flick on, out towards Livingston. Huddersfield in a good spot here, leg racing back, little shoulder bite and leg gets across. Wants a free kick, doesn't get one. And there was a contact there which Sean Legge's tried to explain.
I'll tell you what, I thought Livingston had just beat Shauna Legg for pace then, but she did so well just to get a body in front, and I think we'll take a corner there all day long. But I do see where she's coming from. It did look like the reason why she stumbled is because she did get a little push. I think she used her body really well there.
Yeah, as you say, she covered that ground well. Leeds have got two players to consider marking on the edge of the box as the ball's turned towards goal. Free effort, and Leeds get a toe to it. I think it's Cassidy that's hurt herself putting her body on the line, and there's another player down in Niamh Birtwistle. They've both, I think, kicked each other, and Leeds survive. And it's this never say die attitude. Everyone has got to put their bodies in harm's way, and Cassidy, I think, got a toe to the ball first. And it's been the walking wounded in this second half. We've had so many stoppages.
Yeah, it didn't look good, that. But it looks like she's back on her feet. It looks like the Huddersfield Town players come worse off there. I mean, those balls into the box are so dangerous, and, you know, they literally can ricochet off anybody. It's just pot luck who the ball kind of ends up with, really, and it's really difficult for a goalkeeper to see the ball in between all the bodies. But yeah, fortunately, we were a bit of a let-off there.
Ball appeals. There's a free kick given anyway further up the pitch. There's the Leeds player down, looks like Hughes.
Again, another player that's not normally rolling about for no reason unless she's really hurt. I think I jinxed it a few minutes ago when I said about the physio wanting to sit down for the rest of the half. She's done nothing but probably run onto the pitch since then. Looks like she's going to be able to jog it off, which is a positive sign. I think Shauna's kind of saying to the referee now, look, how many more is there? You know, our players are going down probably every few minutes due to kind of really strong challenges by the opposition. You kind of feel like at some point someone's, you know, going to get really hurt.
So Cassidy told Simpson to come and take this. In theory, Leeds, you'd feel, would send a few more bodies forward for it, because Simpson's plan looks to be to just go straight for a long ball to the edge of the penalty area. There's only 2 shirts there, Woodruff one of them. Awkward bounce which Davis collects. Do you think they'd send a few more white shirts forward then?
I was just going to say Emily Cassidy stood about 2 or 3 yards to the left. You know, clearly, you know, Carrie Simpson's not going to pass to her from there. You know, we might as well get another kind of 10 yards up the pitch at least. I think it's that kind of conservative, kind of stay in the game kind of mentality at the moment, and then maybe the last 10-15 kind of go for the winner. I think we saw that when we played them at home when Amy Woodruff scored that wonderful goal. We did soak up a lot of pressure in the second half.
Biggins picks up the loose pass, has a shot towards goal that's dragged well wide.
Just seemed to sit off then a little bit, didn't we, and just allow that shot. I think she's got 9 goals this season as well, so she'll be wanting to add to her tally today, but yeah, just nobody going towards her there. Lucky she's not got shooting boots on then. I know we spoke about the pitch as well, Tom, but it really does take it out of you. It really make your legs feel heavy.
Livingston's ball in. Glancing header from Elford. It's going to be picked up at the far post by Beresford. Hughes gets the arms out of the way in time despite the desperate appeals from Huddersfield. Birtwistle. Beresford knocks it back. It's a heavy pass there, and again I think both teams have been. So I think Alice Hughes is saying that she needs a bit more time to recover from that early knock, and we are going to get more stoppage time added on. But yeah, I think what you said then about the heavy pitch, I think some players have played passes thinking that's going to stop, the pitch is, and it just bounced away. It does run better than it appears all the time.
I think that's why sometimes you see the ball in the air more than on the deck when it's when the pitch is like that. Yeah, Alice is in some discomfort there. I think Huddersfield Town, you'd have to say, are probably a little bit on top at the moment, and I think they're probably gaining a little bit of confidence by getting in these positions and getting Leeds on the back foot a little bit. So I think this breaking plays probably to Leeds' advantage. Time to regroup, have a little chat with each other.
Coaching team having a breakdown of what they've seen and try to assess any future options for this second half.
Brittany Sanderson go score as a goal. I think that might be the message. On a debut, was it 2 that she scored?
Yeah.
2 that she scored on a debut, yeah. She's definitely got that in her locker. Yeah, massive player for Leeds is Alice Hughes. Hopefully she'll be okay. It's been difficult for Alice Hughes today. Normally we see her pick up the ball and kind of spraying it about and just playing that kind of calm football. She's not really managed to kind of get into the game and play the way she normally plays.
No, I don't think it's suited anybody, has it? In maybe someone like Shauna Legg, you know, that relishes the scrap. Cass Smith, maybe, you know, that have just been able to play their own game like normal. But even both the Green sisters, you know, flamboyant players that like to get forward, conditions and loose touches and passes, haven't been able to get them too involved as much as they'd like, and set pieces could be where the game is won. But again, Leeds don't put either of their centre backs forward here, so Simpson will take it, but If it is overhit, it'll be straight to Davis, and it's the exact same routine. No, the keeper spilled it. Oh, she's come back. What a second touch from Davis. She spilled the first. She thought Amy Woodruff had a tap in, or even an own goal. Carrie Simpson would have been trying to claim it, but somehow claws it away. And it's one of those moments in this match that could decide the final outcome. I mean, that is sublime work from the goalkeeper, even though it was her original error.
Yeah,
How has she done that?
I don't know. I mean, I thought to myself again, it's another long ball. It's in such a good area, and this is the thing about if you're getting the ball in good areas, anything can happen. Mistakes especially can happen. And yeah, under quite a lot of pressure there was Bethan Davis, but credit to her, she made that second save, like you say. She won't be wanting any more of them this second half, I'm sure. A bit of excitement for the Leeds fans, though.
Yeah, White, little bounce for her. She has a go, just doesn't get the ball across the goal, and nearly still ended up going in that corner. That's why they want Ellie White. She can be such a dangerous player. She has contributed with 3 goals this season in the league.
I think that header from Alice Hughes seemed to just do all of the Huddersfield Town players. It landed ever so nicely for Ellie White there. Probably should have done a little bit better.
Heavy touch from Davis. She was clearly panicked there because she's sprinting to stop Woodruff getting to it. Plays it wide, but it's overhit. Huddersfield are struggling with the lack of momentum they're building up now. Woodruff to White. White returns the pass and will help her run inside. She picks it up, just doesn't have the touch on the ball. The scrappy nature this game continues. Leeds will get a corner.
That was quite comical then between the two of them, both passing to each other, but it was kind of like coming off the Huddersfield Town players' legs, nutmegs and all sorts going on there. But somehow they managed to keep the ball between them both. And in the end, we've won our team a corner. Have to have a good delivery here, have to have first contact and second contact. Oh, we've gone short.
So Darcy Green takes it inside, low shot. And no touch from Sister Drew. Cassidy stops Davis from making a run forward. I mean, Davis played for it, but the referee has to give the freak in that situation.
Yeah, it's a very tame shot, that. Far too easy for Bethan Davies. We've got to be putting this team under much more pressure than that from a corner. It's a great opportunity. And you've got, you know, the likes of Alice Hughes in there. And Britt Sanderson, we've got a little bit of height now. Obviously, Shauna Legg. Have to get the ball in the box.
Yeah, Davis, the last few minutes, looks a bit shaky. Wins against it, slopes against it as well as Sanderson. Back to Drew Green. Kath Smith digs it out. She gets caught. She's clever there, Kath Smith. She takes one for the team. I mean, this game is taking a turn for its worse in that respect. There's just bodies everywhere as the card comes out.
She had to get there first, didn't she, Kath Smith? But she knew that by doing that, she's probably going to end up to a kick to the shin, and that's exactly what she did do. Hopefully she will be okay, even though she wears the smallest shin pads known to man. But again, another opportunity. We really, really need either a good delivery or a good shot at goal.
So Captain Stanfield was booked for that challenge.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I've done many of them in my time, and sometimes you just have to say credit to the opposition. You did me there. I had no choice but to take you down.
Over the top, and Davis was slightly panicked. 20 or so minutes left as Sanderson has a dig. We might even get a good 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time, and probably will, due to the injuries that Leeds have suffered in the second half, or knocks, should I say, because all players are still out there.
Just about.
Yeah, there is some different options on the bench, isn't there? You've got Dixon, Ellis that could provide pace out wide. Just whether or not Leeds feel the players out on that pitch can get them over the line. They have 20 minutes to prove it. Sanderson, Drew Green won't chase it, Woodruff will, but that means Drew Green will have to cut in to cover the pass back to the keeper, and again Leeds just making life difficult for Huddersfield.
Yeah, I think it'll start to get to a time soon where Simon Wood will look at his players, have a look to see who looks tired, and You can't blame them for being tired. Like I said, the pitch is heavy. They've worked the socks off. They've scrapped for everything. It's been a really, really tough game. But this is why we have substitutions, to come on and make a difference. Show why you think you should be in the team.
White, it'll fall to her. No, in fact, Drew Green takes it to White. Oh, it's gone for goal. It's over the top. That's the chance. That could be the chance that Leeds desperately want back. 0-0 it remains. What an opportunity.
Yeah, she knows as well, doesn't she? Number 12 again, Autumn Housley. Just doesn't look comfortable at the back whatsoever. Really good work down that right-hand side by Leeds United, and you know, you'd put money on the quality of Ellie White putting that in the back of the net, seeing it time and time again. She knows, head in hand moment, massive opportunity for Leeds to go 1-0 up there with 20 minutes to go. To be careful, Britt Sanderson. A lot of the times she's going up for the headers with the hands in the back.
Yeah, Huddersfield wanted a free kick. Darcy Green hooks it clear. Looking for White. Hughes gets hold of it. Sanderson turns. Plays it into the channel for Woodruff, who will chase it and get on the end of it. Needs a bit of help. Beresford gets back to concede a throw. But again, you can see the tactics for Leeds have tweaked a little bit, because, you know, most passes now they're played into the channel. Sanderson, you know, booted that into that gap there, wanting Woodruff to chase it, put the right weight on it. Leeds clearly feel going a bit longer this second half will get them joy. Here is Darcy Green, just runs into a bit of traffic. Hughes into Sanderson with a quick glance over the shoulder, wins it as Millard goes wide to Drew Green. Wants it back, Millard. Drew Green spots the run. Carries it first, it's into Woodruff, back to Millard. Good football from Leeds. Millard will have a dig. Nearly got the birthday goal, fired past the post. It's still 0-0. Nearly got her first goal of the season.
I tell you what, that was a really, really good effort. I mean, obviously she continued to run, and Drew Green didn't find her at first there. It went into Woodruff. Great little touch there. Good touch with the left foot, just to get it into a path, and a great strike. I mean, that looks centimetres away, didn't it? Really good effort. Much better from Leeds, though. Much better build-up play. You know, working well together. Amy Woodruff involved in everything at the moment.
Sanderson gets back, referee didn't have to make any intervention there. Livingston's picked it up. They've got 3 in and around the box. Huddersfield, they're coming in. Big opportunity for Biggins. Stolen it over for Leeds. The glancing header might help them, but it won't. Huddersfield have turned it home. Lord Mears has got the goal, which has huge implications on the table. Leeds United 0, Huddersfield 1.
Well, that's so disappointing. I mean, brilliant work by Elford there, and a good crossing. I thought at that point Biggins should have scored, and I thought we'd got away with it, but another good ball in. I think Emily Cassidy, you know, she was first to it but didn't quite get the distance on it. And Lord Mears was just there, just to tap home from close range. So disappointing. I'm not sure they fully deserved that. I think you could argue that Leeds were on top in those last 5 minutes, so hopefully, you know, I mean, there's still time to get back into this game. You know, we've got a bit of an uphill task now to get the 3 points. We need to score 2 goals in order to do that, but I think at this point we cannot lose this game. Girls have got to pull the socks up now. We've created a few chances. We know we can score. We've got the players on the pitch to do so. We've got the players on the bench to do so. We've got to stay positive.
Millard fires it at Drew Green. I didn't think she expected that, and the Leeds players on the bench are trying to rally the troops a little.
It's a position that Leeds don't find themselves in very often. You know, most games we've been on top of teams, created more chances. It's been a very, very even game. It could go either way. We said it in the first half. Unfortunately for us, Huddersfield Town have got the first goal.
So Jess Lightfoot's being told to come on, and she'll replace Lord Mears. So her last involvement could be the winning moment.
Still plenty of the season to go as well. You know, this game itself doesn't define the rest of the season. I'm sure there'll be many twists and turns to go, but obviously it will have dented, you know, the confidence levels a little bit.
Free kick there on Biggins from Millard, according to the official.
I think it's important now just to keep your heads on, isn't it, Tom? Because, you know, when it gets to this stage, Huddersfield are just going to want to wind that clock down. And they're going to take the time at every opportunity. Free kicks, corners, throw-ins. We've got to make sure when we get the ball, we keep it, we get it forward. Put pressure on that defence.
Keeps it alive as Beresford puts it into an area of uncertainty. Simpson gets hold and balls it out for Millard to get on the front foot. Here's Drew Green.
And this is the thing, isn't it? A few minutes before we had the Millard chance, and just before that we had the Ellie White chance. Could have been 2-0 game over.
Yeah, Cassidy trying to force it out wide to Darcy Green, and Leeds maybe just having to push a few things more than they would like. Drew Green wants that wide option. Of course, she is the wide player, so it's hard. Millard's going to have a dig from range. Doesn't get the accuracy right, and it is behind for a goal kick.
Wonder if Alana Millard's got herself on the sweepstake today for the goal. A couple of shots now.
Sanderson loses the ball in the air. She gets back though to flick it forward. Huddersfield, by any means necessary, trying to keep it on the front foot. Cut out there well by Duffield. Darcy Green to Smith. Smith will try to make life awkward. Woodruff. It's into midfield now. Woodruff outmuscles Lightfoot. There's Darcy Green. Across the pitch towards Millard with 12 to go. Leeds. Not much activity on the bench to suggest there's a change coming soon. Here's Drew Green. Try to get it through the gap. We'll do eventually to Sanderson. Sanderson plays it wide. It'll be very difficult to keep that in. And there it goes again. Leeds guilty once more of overplaying it in that far corner. It remains 0-1.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times today we've said it, haven't we? It just seems to be that final pass is just overhit. Normally towards that right hand side, but we've got to take care with our passes. Make sure it's the right pass, the right pace. Think about where your teammate wants it, whether they want it to the feet or whether they want it to run onto. You know, all these fine details we've got to get right if we're going to get a result out of this.
Cassidy to Hughes. Feet from Alice Hughes. Here is Darcy Green. No outside option, so she will carry it. Touch off Beresford. She can dig it in here. Good defending, in fairness to it.
Yeah, it was.
It will be a throw. Beresford heads the Darcy Green throwing away. White turns it around the corner to Smith. Smith's trying to dig it back in and she fires it across goal, blocked by Livingston. Aiming to play in Drew Green, but picked up by Biggins, who's just deployed as a midfielder. And now she boots it away from trouble. Woodruff does well to keep it in, but Huddersfield's defence too strong. Cassidy. Back to White. Offside appeals ignored. Hughes to White to Sanderson. Try to poke it forward. There'll be nobody near that. Davis will actually keep it in play. Into the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's decent defending from Huddersfield there. I think if you look, they are defending quite narrow. They're not going to want to give this lead away, so I think the message from their bench is let's just keep it tight, nothing silly. Going into the last 10. I'm surprised that nobody's warming up on that bench. If I'm one of them players, I'm running up and down saying, Gaffer, put me on.
Sanderson. Not only cut out by Huddersfield, but kept in play. Drew Green towards Sanderson. Hoofed clear by Huddersfield. Towards Elford. Biggins picks it up. She will allow her teammate to have a bit of a foot race, but leg covers. Huddersfield have regressed a lot into their own half. Certainly been a message out there to defend for the last 9.5 minutes plus stoppage time, of which arguably could be 6 or 7 minutes. So this could be another long afternoon. Here is Drew Green. Out to Sister Darcy. There's a glance at goal. It's a bit of a pop shot, really. Like a conviction on the finishing department. There'll be a few players on that bench that will hope to get the opportunity to make a difference, but for now...
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame her for having a shot there. I mean, nobody looked to be making a run left or right of her, so she probably felt that she had no choice there, but... Yeah, we've got to create something now, try and dig something out. And I think while ever they just sit back and defend, it does allow us to get forward a bit more. It just depends if we can break that wall of green down.
Huddersfield player down, just maybe cut the lip and using her own shirt to dry it up. Old school is the best way to describe that.
It's a great pass.
Out to Millard. Into Green. Millard will chase down Smith's pass. She keeps it in. No, she doesn't. She's pretty adamant she had, but again, Leeds are getting a bit more space because of Huddersfield's decision to defend and camp their own box, camp inside their own box, but no way through.
I think this is it, when you switch the play. We've not seen a lot of that today at all, but when you do switch the play, it does just open up a few more gaps. Allows you space to actually play in rather than running into that constant traffic that we've seen most of the afternoon. It was just a shame that it just ran out, because that could have been dangerous.
Leeds get the set piece.
Please don't do a short corner. I've never been a fan of them.
Doesn't look like it for now. Ellie White sent the signal across. There's plenty of white shirts in there. Glancing headers from Huddersfield. Leg has a glance over the shoulder looking for some support. Offered in the wide position from Darcy Green. Another high hanging ball in. There was up there with Sanderson. It'll fall for Birtwistle, and well, Huddersfield have put plenty of bodies behind the ball, but they're in support here. A heavy touch picked up by Millard. Here's White. She gets beaten to it by Biggins though. Sanderson wins it back. Millard tries to see this out and gets it back to Smith. Good strength. Over the top pass, and that will run away. It'll be a goal kick.
It's a strong tackle.
Yeah, there'll be a head injury there. Sanderson somehow managed to come off. Unless she's going to have a delayed effect, the Huddersfield player is in some discomfort, and we hope she's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she led with her elbows then. I mean, obviously she was first to it without a doubt with her head, but really strong challenge.
No, I think she's headed. Yeah, they've just clashed heads. Sanderson is just made of titanium, clearly. Yeah, our thoughts go to the Huddersfield player, who we hope he's going to be able to get up okay. That looked like a really painful one. Good to see Bert Whistler sat upright, and we'll check her over thoroughly before allowing this game to go on into the last few minutes, which, with another delay here, we could be looking at 10 minutes of stoppage time. It certainly feels that way. It's Cassidy. It's going to be really tough for Darcy Green to keep in. Good to see Bert Whistle is back on. But still no subs for Leeds United. Millard. Good block from Livingston. It'll be a Leeds throw. Millard towards Smith. Done really well there, Kat Smith.
Touch, yeah.
Still going, looking for White. Will be cleared away by Huddersfield, and Ibbotson will only play it down the line to Millard, who's seen so much of the ball in this last 15 minutes. White's touch is blocked by Housley. Millard will get another go at it and pass into midfield. It's played back by leg.
Must admit they have defended well the last 10 minutes since Leeds have been putting on the pressure. Not really giving us anything. These Leeds players have got to find some answers, work out how to break this team down.
Smash clear by Housley.
Yeah, good piece of advice from whoever shouted that on. We have to gamble, got to take risks now.
Darcy Green will try and do that, taking it towards the byline. Runs out of space a little, looking for a corner at the best here. Now she needs help, there's a lack of it. Supported by Hughes. Woodruff, back to Hughes. Looking to get it out of her feet, can't pick out White, and Huddersfield can clear. Hughes will make a late challenge, it'll be a free kick. And that'll take us into stoppage time.
Yeah, I thought she was in a good position then and was going to try and have a little go at goal then. And I know she had bodies in front of her, but I felt like that was the better option than trying to play through the wall of green. Like what I said a minute ago, you've got to take risks. I think having shots from there, you could end up with deflections, and keeper needing to save it. You could end up at a Leeds foot, hopefully. I think the kicking's been poor from the goalkeeper today. Bethan David has been a few times end up kicking it into touch under no real pressure.
Hughes. Good tackle from Smith. Picked up by White. She turns out of trouble, tries to roll it back to Smith, but there's too many players in her way. Smith wins it back. Rolls it out towards Drew Green. And a slice pass goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, she did the hard bit, didn't she? Getting around a player, but then just poor delivery into the box. And every single time that ball goes out of play, they're going to take the time. And I would if I was in their position. 1-0 up against Leeds United, local rivals, Yorkshire derby. Third time lucky, as you said at the start of the game. We've beat them, I would say, fairly comfortably this season.
Header from Sanderson, but it's behind Woodruff. It'll be a throw-in.
Not a good sign for Leeds United, that. Oh, maybe she just wanted a rest, actually.
Yeah, she's put herself about today.
Yeah, she has. She had a very good game.
Darcy Green sets off looking for any out of space to help Leeds go on the front foot, but she's hounded by 3 Huddersfield players. Woodruff turns, wants a free kick for the pull on the shoulder to Smith, to Millard. Drew Green's out there, but Millard's pass is nowhere near it. It was Sanderson, in fact. Sanderson wins Leeds a throw. Turned in by Drew Green. Millard can't get to it. Huddersfield have just got players in the right position all the time. Cassidy won a free kick there. Elford, she's done well. She knows the tackle's coming. Cassidy's going to get carded. Smart play from the striker.
Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. Big, strong player. Knows the game inside out. Probably knows Emily Cassidy inside out and knew that that tackle was coming. And like I said, there's not going to be many more opportunities now because the clock is just running down.
Cleared away by Millard. That's good work from Sanderson. Drew Green's done well to get away, but bounced off the ball by the substitutes in Lightfoot. Concedes a throw in deep inside Leeds territory. Woodruff turns it forward, but no striker up there to help her. Yeah. To Smith.
We might have one chance left in this game, Tom. Amy Woodruff shouting.
Darcy Green to the byline, needs to get there. Well defended again by Beresford. She's been immense back there for Huddersfield Town.
Yeah, they've definitely stepped up the second half of the defence.
White races across into the 6th minute of stoppage time. Awkward. Simpson's up there. It seemed to hit Woodruff. Cassidy can't fly in because of the fact that she's just been booked. Woodruff's asking for it in the box. Darcy Green dummies, goes wide. It's to Cassidy. Not the player Leeds wanting a crossing position, but she's going to do what she can. She turns inside. Deflection. Awkward for Huddersfield. Beresford will look to clear and will for a throw. All last-ditch stuff, this for Leeds United and Huddersfield Town. The visitors, for now, are going to go 2 points above them in the title race. As Woodruff goes to ground. Huddersfield clear. Leeds trying to look forward. Leg to Millard. Huddersfield will press up with Biggins. Millard wide to Sanderson. Flicked inside. Headed away easily enough by Huddersfield. Millard goes for goal. And well wide. And the cheers from Huddersfield support should feel that they are even one step closer now to picking up a vital win.
Yeah, I think it's desperate attacking play from Leeds. I think probably not making the best decisions at this stage in the game. Like you say, a minute ago, passed it out to Emily Cassidy, who, to be fair, has got a good cross on her, but the ball was to her left foot. You could see that she wanted to pull it back onto her right before she got the cross in. It didn't quite go to plan.
Millard gets away from Lightfoot.
She's done well.
And again, Drew Green needs help. Huddersfield have just upped the ante a lot in the second half. They've got 2 players on every single Leeds shirt.
It's just not where we want the ball in the 97th minute, is it? One big one forward by Carrie Simpson. I think this might be the last chance of the game.
Forward it goes then from Simpson. Flicked on by Leg. Huddersfield try to clear it. It's 2 Leeds players down. Millard hooks it forward. Referee gives the free kick to Huddersfield. And Leeds players, you can tell, feeling that time is certainly against them now.
Yeah, I think it's like ping pong, isn't it? This stage in the game, all them bodies, just everybody scrapping for the pieces, really. But I think a few decisions seem to have gone Huddersfield Town's way this second half. We've not really managed to get into a passing rhythm at all this game. Certainly not been able to play to our strengths.
And there is the full-time whistle. You can see the Huddersfield bench celebrate. Big win for Glen Preston's side in the title race. It's finished Leeds United women 0, Huddersfield Town women 1. Lord Mears' goal the difference. Thank you for joining us this Sunday afternoon.